Well, there's some fantastic news coming in for India. Our 18-year-old Grandmaster D Gukesh has become the youngest world champion, chess champion, after beating Ding Liren of China in the 14th and the last game of the summit clash. What a moment this is for Gukesh. And let me tell you, it turned out to be quite the moment because both these players have been neck to neck against each other. They've been fighting hard, and one felt that maybe we were going to see another, draw here and possibly a tie-break later. But this is what Gukesh did. I mean, the game was dragging into the 5th hour, and Ding made a blunder which cost him the game, the match, and the crown. Gukesh has become the youngest world champion in history with that blunder. And this came at a time when, like I said, the tie breaks looked like a realistic possibility, but Gukesh persisted, managed to get Ding to crack. We've seen in most games at this 2024 World Chess Championship that Ding Liren was trailing on the clock. It was same this time. The world champion had 23 minutes less on the clock after the 23rd move. Gukesh pulled out a couple of opening phase novelties to ask questions of the world champion. And after 3 weeks of dueling each other over the chessboard, it is D Gukesh of India, the 18-year-old challenger, becoming the youngest ever world chess champion. It can't get bigger than this. We've been talking about how chess is a sport that Indian youngsters have taken to. We've got prodigies of chess who've been doing well, be it Pragnananda, Gukesh, and there are more and more who are coming up. But this is a huge, huge moment for Indian chess. D Gukesh winning the World Chess Championship title, becoming the youngest ever. For all of you who are joining us at this moment, this is the story that we've been tracking. Gukesh has become the youngest world champion in history. He beat Ding Liren in game number 14 in Singapore, which was the final game of the World Chess Championship, which came at a time when the tie break looked like a huge possibility. One felt that maybe that's what Ding Liren would look to do, because he's actually very good at rapid and blitz format. But there was a blunder from Ding. This after D Gukesh persisted, and he managed to get Ding Liren to crack, and the defending world champion cracked. And how? We've seen at most games that Liren was trailing on the clock. It was no different this time around as well. Liren had 23 minutes less on the clock after the 23rd move. Gukesh pulled out a couple of opening phase novelties. He was asking questions of the world chess champion, but in the end, the fate was decided today. And like I've been saying, this is huge for Indian chess. We'll try to get voices from the world of chess, but this is what, if you're joining me right now, Indian chess, we've been saying over the last few years, has been on the rise. There have been players who are getting into top 5, into top 10, and this is a huge win. Of course, you all would remember the first ever chess Olympiad gold in both the open and the women's category, won by India earlier in the year. And we've got players like Pragnananda, Arjun Iragesi, Harika Dronavelli, Vaishali Ramesh Babu, there's Divya Deshmukh. And look at this, a monumental, a historic day for Indian chess and for this 18-year-old. And let me also tell you one thing. Gukesh is, I've rarely seen players at that age have the kind of composure you see when you look at Gukesh. Be it him in the press conferences, when he's talking to the media, or when he's taking on an opponent, over the chessboard. He is somebody who does not show his emotions. He's somebody who's very zen-like. I mean, of course, there is an occasional, fist pump. when he thinks that he's done well or when he's won, which is exactly what he did when he won today, when he beat Ding Liren in game 14 and with that became the world champion. But if you even look at those visuals of Gukesh, you just see him, and throughout this chess championship, both these players have been talking about how exhaustive this has been. This has been a long duel really for these guys, both of them having played 14 games over the last 3 weeks. So there is of course a lot of that exhaustion. But yes, Indian Grandmaster Gukesh on Thursday became the youngest world chess champion at 18 years. He beat title holder Ding Liren of China in the 14th and the last game of what was an absolutely thrilling showdown. Gukesh secured the requisite 7.5 points against Ding Liren's 6.5 after winning the last classical time control game. At most times it seemed like this game number 14 was also going to finish in a draw before Gukesh actually got his opponent to crack, and crack he did. Ding Liren losing, making a blunder and losing game number 14. Before Gukesh's feat on Thursday, the legendary Garry Kasparov of Russia, he was the youngest World Chess Championship when he won the title at the age of 22, dethroning Anatoly Karpov in 1985. Gukesh had entered the match as the youngest ever challenger to the world crown after winning the Candidates Tournament earlier this year. He is the second Indian after the legendary Viswanathan Anand to win the global title. Anand, a 5-time world champion, had last won the crown in 2013. But I can tell you, Viswanathan Anand, who's been following the rise of Indian chess, of course, and all these youngsters have followed. Viswanathan Anand has followed in his footsteps. This is a huge moment for Viswanathan Anand as well, and I'm sure we'll soon probably get a tweet or a message from him. But like I've been saying, there's been a huge rise. India has gotten more successful. India has gotten onto the world map, especially after that Olympiad win. Chess has become more accessible in the country, and of course there's good coaching available to people. There's a good coaching structure as well, and with that historic Olympiad win in earlier this year, that sort of put India on the world map. And you'd have someone like Susan Polgar, a chess legend, calling India the best chess playing nation in the world. And now there's been another feather added to the cap with D Gukesh becoming the world chess champion. Just think of this as this being a huge moment, a monumental, a seminal moment for Indian chess. But more than that, I think we've also got to understand what this means for an 18-year-old. Look at those visuals now. These are visuals.
Congratulations, Gukesh.
Thank you.
Incredible, and Gukesh is.
If those visuals don't give you goosebumps, nothing else will. If you are a sports lover, if you know what it takes to win against the odds, look at Ding Liren. He just walked away. Imagine how huge a moment this is for him. Having played 14 games, hours and hours over that chessboard, fighting a defending world champion, this 18-year-old has created history. What a huge moment. What an absolutely historic day for Indian chess. D Gukesh, you saw the visuals there. An emotional moment, all these years of hard work, he's sort of squeezed it all out on the chessboard, and now D Gukesh has become the youngest world chess champion.